Hi, our topic today is in emotion and more specifically relative speed. What is relative speed? Relative speed is the relationship between the speed of two moving objects. When you have two moving objects, they can either be moving on the same direction or on the opposite direction. Therefore, today we see the relative speed of two vehicles moving on the same direction. So we are going to consider this example here. A van left Nairobi for Mombasa at an average speed of 80 kilometers per hour. After half an hour, a car left Nairobi for Mombasa at a speed of 100 kilometers per hour. You have to find the relative speed of the two vehicles. So we are saying a van left Nairobi for Mombasa and it was moving at 80 kilometers per hour. After half an hour, a car left the same town to Mombasa at a speed of 100 kilometers per hour. So the relative speed here, because they are moving on the same direction, then the relative speed is 100 minus 80, which is equal to 20 meters per 20 kilometers per hour. On to part B, you have been told to find how far from Nairobi the car overtook the van. So we have seen that the relative speed is 100 minus 80 to get 20 kilometers per hour. Then the question was saying by the time the car was starting, the van had gone for half an hour. So in half an hour, then it had covered 80 kilometers times a half. It had covered 40 kilometers. So this car needs to cover a distance of 40 kilometers, this distance here of 40 kilometers at a relative speed of 20 kilometers per hour. And we know that speed, distance traveled over time taken. And therefore, the time therefore would be distance of 40 kilometers at a time at a speed of 20 kilometers per hour. And if you cancel that, you get that is equals to 2 hours. So in 2 hours, and this car was moving at 100 kilometers per hour, then the distance covered from Nairobi would be 100 kilometers times 2 to get 200 kilometers. That's where the car overtook the van. Another example, you have been told in a race, Ogot running at a constant speed of 8 meters per second is 5 meters ahead of Ondiek. If Ondiek maintains a constant speed of 10 meters per second, how far does Ondiek run before catching up with Ogot? So we have been told that these people are moving from point A to point B in a race. Ogot is running at 8 meters per second and is ahead of Ondiek by 5 meters. Ondiek is running at 10 meters per second. So, what is their relative speed? They are moving on the same direction, and therefore the relative speed is 10 minus 8 to get 2 meters per second. So, Ondiek needs to cover a distance of 5 meters at a relative speed of 2 to get time taken, and that would be 2.5 seconds. So the distance he covers before catching up with Ogot is 2.5 time of 2.5 times speed of 10 to get 25 meters. That's the distance it needs to cover. Next example, you have been told a bus traveling at an average speed of 63 kilometers per hour left a station at 8:15 a.m. So this is the bus which left this station at 8:15 a.m. and it was moving at a speed of 63 kilometers per hour. That's the bus. A car later left the same station at 9 a.m. The car here left at 9 a.m. and caught up with the bus at 10:45. Meeting time 10:45. Find the average speed of the car. So the bus started at 8:15 and it was moving at 63. The speed of the car is not given, so we let it to be x, kilometers per hour. So if you are asked what is the relative speed, we have said you are moving on the same direction and therefore the relative speed is x. X is greater than 63, so minus 63. That is the relative speed. If that is the relative speed, then we've been told that this bus was moving at 63 kilometers per hour and it started at 8:15. The car started at 9. So by the time the car was starting, the bus had moved for 45 minutes. So meaning it had covered a distance of 63 times 45 over 60, which would give us 47.25 kilometers. So we are saying this car needs to cover a distance of 47.25 kilometers at a relative speed of x minus 63 to give us time. But time, if the car started at 9 and it overtook the bus at 10:45, then it took the difference of 10:45 and 9 is 1 hour 45 minutes. So the time here is 1 hour 45 over 60. So this is 47.25 equals to 1.75. Take this on this side to get x minus 63, and this will be 47.25 equals to 1.75 x minus 110.25. If you put the next term together, you get 1.75 x equals to 157. We have brought this on this side, so this was a minus, becomes plus 157.5, and if you divide through by 1.75 you get x equals to 90 kilometers per hour, and that